Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Antiheroes Anonymous, or welcome for the first time if it's your first time joining us. I'm Ethan, and I'm the Dungeon Master for this 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons show! I'm joined tonight by 4 lovely players. Nick, would you go ahead and kick off some player introductions?
Hi, I'm Nick, and I play I'm Thaddeus, the human vengeance paladin.
Hi, I'm Kay. I play Harmony, who's the Tiefling Wild Magic Sorcerer.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I play Zant, the human fighter ranger.
And I'm Melissa, and I play Mara, who is a human rogue swashbuckler.
Nice.
Angelica Jacobson.
No Angelica Jacobson this time. We premiere our episodes on YouTube every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Throughout the show, we use a variety of custom items, as well as the custom wild magic table, so be aware of that as you're watching. Our character portraits, which are on the info cards in this corner of the screen. I've forgotten. Which way do I go?
Just
this corner of the screen.
Yes, that one, to your left.
They were drawn by an artist named Carrie Peach, who goes by @CarrieDraws on Twitter. Other than that, you can check the video descriptions for links and info, everything I just mentioned and more, including some information and links for Black Lives Matter resources, because that is a cause that's very important to us as a group. Other than that, you can follow us on Twitter @AntiheroesAnon for more information about what we're doing and when. And other than that, we just hope you enjoy the show, share it with your friends, and come back and watch some more. So, a recap, because it's been a while. The Antiheroes are currently going after a night hag named Mother Midnight in her lair on Malbold, the 6th layer of the 9 Hells. Throughout their journey through the 9 Hells, they've dealt with several archfiends as they made their way deeper and deeper into the plane. They managed to slay the Archduke Levistus. They redeemed the Archduke Zerial, and they struck deals with powerful fiends such as Gregorian and Glacia, the daughter of Asmodeus, the Lord of the 9 Hells. Redeeming Zerial incurred the anger of Asmodeus, so there's a little bit of time pressure on the party now. And now they stand before the tunnels that lead down to the 6th layer of the 9 Hells, their ultimate destination. And the only thing that stands between them and making their way there is the resurgence of the Rakshasa Mercer Nightclaw, who once killed Mara's parents and has now come for further revenge against the party for slaying him and imprisoning him in the 9 Hells. Now, what are you guys laughing at?
Sorry.
I didn't want to interrupt you, so I was messaging Zach to make sure that he switched the layout back to the normal one instead of the one we are using for our side series.
And I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
He's trolling us.
There,
he's trolling us.
In the big spot. I'm like, yes, everything's perfect. Sorry, Ethan.
Please just tell me that you have the right layout, please, and we can move on.
Yes, I have the right layout.
Do we? Are we good?
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, I did that. I said it earlier, so I thought you were joking at first, so I started joking back, and then I realized I'm like, she's not joking. She wasn't here.
I wasn't here for that. Sorry.
Anyway.
Yes,
I'm glad we're on the right
layout. It wasn't you.
Sorry, Ethan. We were trying not to distract you, and it ended up distracting you even more.
It did, because you guys are all laughing, and I'm just seeing the Hangouts messages pop up in the corner of my screen. I'm like, what is going on?
Sorry, Ethan.
Anyways, so the camera that follows our show pans from one snowy wasteland, from the snowy white-covered rooftops of Palebank Village out over the vast world of Exandria through vast amounts of space until it whooshes with a final whoosh, and it zooms back in on a very different frozen wasteland in the midst of an intense blizzard that just seems to blanket the entire landscape. Everything is dark, a perpetual sort of twilight dimness to this plane, and high above the blizzard there's this vague shifting aurora borealis of colors that just constantly seems to adorn the night sky. Beneath the blankets of snow that whip around this constant storm, we see a group of figures huddled around a single figure who has just sort of climbed to their feet Mercer Nightclaw, this sort of dark-haired with a single red streak male human, seemingly, though to those of you who have true sight, such as Thaddeus, you would see the creature for what it truly is, a horrible tiger-faced, fur-covered body, the dark orange covered with these wicked-looking black stripes, and most horrible of all, the hands of the creature are seemingly attached backwards. This is the Rakshasa Mercer Nightclaw, and he is currently basically standing up and lunging for the throat of your purple pantalooned companion, Mara Stormwind, as he reveals that he was not as bloodied and beaten as he seemed. And let's roll initiative.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
I rolled a very Thaddeus initiative.
20? Is that what you rolled?
No.
Let's see. What is my
did.
bonus? Yeah, we know. You got like
I
30
actually
something.
rolled pretty well.
I think mine's just this.
Well, who's on? I don't know what the order is. What should the order be for giving me initiative, Zach?
Is it
Left to right.
me, Zach?
Left to
and then-
right is Thaddeus, Harmony, Zant, and then Mara. If you're talking about what's on the stream.
Yep.
Thaddeus's is a 2.
Nice.
Very Thaddeus.
And Harmony?
Harmony is a 17.
And Zant?
I forgot, but I have Biako's. Let me reroll mine. I think mine was 15, but I could reroll if you want. Biako's is 19.
Biako is 19. And Zant is how many?
Well, I think it was 15, but I can reroll if you want me
We'll
to.
go 15.
Okay.
And then Mara, last but not least.
20.
20.
You want me to roll for
Yeah,
Lulu?
that's good.
Oh yeah, if Lulu is active, please do.
Lulu is a mammoth at the moment, I think. Because she never changed back. So Lulu's initiative is 7.
7, okay. So, let's see how this all shakes out. Mara, you are the first to act. Basically, to remind you what happened, Mercer Nightclaw was dragged to you by a fiend in the service of one of the archdevils, Gregorian.
What was that guy's name again?
Lil Benny.
That's right.
And Little Benny basically served you up Mercer Nightclaw on a platter and then left out into the blizzard. But then when you went to lean over Mercer and deal the final blow, he reached up for your throat and just said, "No, that's not how this is going to go." And that is where you take your action.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Well, I think, let me look something up real quick. Can I have Pinky do something for me?
Potentially. Why don't you go ahead and roll initiative for him?
Okay. Let's see, that is a 16 plus. I don't see where his is. Does
It
he
would
just
just be
get
his
6?
dexterity bonus.
Oh, dex. Okay, so he got an 18.
Okay, so he will act a few initiative counts after you.
Okay.
But you could on your turn, as sort of a free action, ask Pinky to do something if you wanted to.
Okay, so that's not going to work then. Okay, so let's see. Mercer Nightclaw. So he doesn't have me around the neck yet?
Not yet. He's lunging for you in sort of slow motion as you make your move. What would you like to do?
Okay, so then I'm going to come up with, let's see, which one do I want to use? I want to use,
Belaying pin?
that might work. God, I'm such a mess. I had it organized really. I want to do Fujin.
Okay, so you bring this wind-shrouded dagger up towards Mercer Nightclaw. Roll to
And
hit.
that is a 21.
That will certainly hit. Mhm.
Okay.
Deflate his lung with the wind dagger. How funny would that be?
All right. So do I get sneak attack?
You would, in fact.
Okay, so, gosh, I'm so rusty at this. I'm really sorry.
Is Mercer prone?
No, he kind of stood up as he was reaching for Mara, unfortunately.
All right, here
He
we
still
go.
gets your sneak attack, though.
Hey, they match my shirt. You can't see them. Oh, well. Ooh, okay.
You get on the board, lots of points.
15, 25, 30, 35, 36 plus 5 is 41.
41.
Nice, very good.
Okay.
Good opening strike.
And what type of damage is that?
And that is, Fujin does
Is it
force
slashing?
damage. And on the hit, he needs to make a DC 17 strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet.
Well, let's see about it. He fails that saving throw and is just, as he's reaching for you, he is shoved backwards 10 feet away from you.
It's a pretty cool imagery.
Anything else on your turn?
Okay. So then he's 10 feet away, and I'll stay where I am right now. Then.
Okay. Then it is Mercer's turn. He's been shoved backwards, and he just kind of puts a little smirk on his face, and he looks towards Zant and begins to cast a spell.
Counterspell!
Before you do that,
Do I recognize what kind of spell it is?
why don't you roll me 2 Arcana checks? The second one can be for whether you know what kind of spell it is. The first one, you might know some information about Rakshasa.
Is this my brain just died for a second.
It'd be intelligence.
In space. Okay,
Yep.
so the first one is math. Right. I was still doing this. What am I doing? I'm so nervous. 15.
15. Okay. So this is the one that we're trying to figure out what you might have researched about Rakshasa. One thing you know is that Rakshasa as a breed were kind of engineered. They aren't like natural fiends. They were created by devils and other fiendish creatures. And they were engineered to have a certain amount of not just resistance to magic, but immunity to magic. With a 15, you're not quite sure how much that fluctuates and what spells of yours that might affect.
Right.
To recognize the spell, what's your second roll?
Much higher. It's 21.
21. Okay, I think this is a spell you've cast before, so it's even easier to recognize. It is a dominate person spell.
Yeah, then I'm going to cast Counterspell at a 7th level.
Okay. Your counterspell, you release the word, and Mercer, the magic that was beginning to form around Mercer's hand as he pointed towards Hunter, fizzles. Not Hunter, Zant, fizzles. And you can see a glare of anger form on Mercer's mouth, and he just says, "Oh, you'll pay for that."
You won't get a chance to make me. And as I say that, my wild magic triggers, because apparently Tides of Chaos has been primed for 2 months.
Lovely.
Just waiting to come out. Oh boy.
Oh man, I have missed rolling on the wild magic table. Wow, 50 or a 55?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do 55 because I think 50 is triggered before. 50 is the one about the moss. About me wanting to eat moss.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, you're eating my
55.
moss.
Yep.
None of you witness this, and to you, there's no visible sign that Harmony experiences anything more than you do. But Harmony, your eyes flash so if anyone could see her eyes, they might just see a brief flash of rainbow swirls in her eyes, Let me just reread this one real quick. Yes. And you find yourself sort of in sort of a fly on the wall position, observing a regal and decadently appointed throne room. And this throne room is sort of carved from this dark black rock. And there are lava streams that pour through it, providing light. And they light up tapestries along the walls that are basically depict a 9-pointed star with rubies in the middle on each one. And at the very end of this hallway, there is a throne. And sitting in that throne is a figure you recognize, of the red-skinned visage of Asmodeus, wearing his dark suit and his like silken red tie. And he's kind of leaning on one of the arms of the throne. And as you watch, you see that from under his suit, it seems like blood is pooling around the floor at his feet. And there's two figures standing before him. And you recognize one of them, though different, definitely warped at the point where you've seen this creature. You can recognize the features of, though he seems to be a tiefling at the point, rather than a devil or a demon, Gratzt. And he's kneeling in front of the throne with a female tiefling also kneeling in front of the throne next to him, who you don't recognize. And Asmodeus is just kind of there contemplating them, and he says, "You crave power that much that you would be willing to sacrifice your entire lineage, one to me each generation." And Gratzt and the female tiefling both kind of nod simultaneously and say in unison, "We would. We have a greater purpose to attend to." And Asmodeus kind of smiles and says, "Well, I can grant you incredible power. I can give you everything you need to be the best versions of yourself, to accomplish your wildest dreams. All it takes is a little bit of sacrifice and a little bit of service and a signature on the dotted line." And as he says that, he unfurls this like mile-long contract that just rolls down the throne room towards the two of them. And they kind of exchange a look. I need to look one thing up real quick in my notes. Yes. They exchange a quick look, and you can hear, though it's whispered between the two of them, the one who is Gratzt, who you know was then Ruin, whispers to the other one, "What do you think, artistry? Should we do it?" And she whispers back to Ruin, "I don't think we have a choice." And then your vision ends.
Artistry,
and that's what you see. Artistry.
Ruin and artistry.
Yep.
Holy shit!
Wow.
At first,
I guess you met your great. Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
flailing.
I come out of that vision just screaming, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. But let's see if Mercer can do anything else on his turn, since it was technically his turn. Nope. He's going to actually just run 30 feet back, and then he shouts out into the blizzard, "Now!" And at the as soon as he shouts that, we move to the next point in the initiative. And I need to open a new stat block here. From some point out in the blizzard, it's none of you can really see where this comes from. Let's see, how many attacks do I make here? Just one. So let's see, who would he have been directed to attack? Let's say Zant.
Okay.
A crossbow bolt comes flying out of the blizzard from seemingly nowhere. And I get to pick one of these effects if it hits. So that is a 24 to hit.
That will hit.
Let's do... that's a good one. Yeah, let's do this one. You take 14 piercing damage. Sorry, I'm getting used to reading monster stat blocks again. 14 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then in addition to that, you take 5 radiant damage.
Okay.
And as this crossbow bolt strikes into you, there's a bright flash. Just this like flash bomb around you.
Okay.
Everyone who is next to you, which is the entire party at this point, because it's creatures within 20 feet, must succeed a dexterity saving throw. So everyone please make some dex saves.
Do I also need to make the save?
No, you do not.
Okay.
Y'all get my bonus?
Thank you. Your mic's getting a little bit quiet, Ethan.
Oh, that's all.
Y'all get my bonus, which is +5.
So let's go one at a time. How did Harmony do?
How did I just did this? +5 +2 is 7, and then that's 16.
16. Harmony, you are blinded.
Oh shit.
Cool.
How did Xant do?
I didn't have to roll, you said.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, Thaddeus.
24.
24 is just fine. So you managed to bring up your hand and shield your eyes in time. And Mara?
31.
31, also fine. And then we also have Pinky and Lulu.
Oh.
And Byako.
Yeah.
Okay. Byako will roll.
Everyone in their pets.
Let's see. Lulu's dex save is 17.
Okay, Lulu's fine as well.
28.
Sorry.
So Byako's fine.
And Pinky is a 15.
So Pinky is blind as well. Oh, sorry, it is Xant, it is the target and all other creatures. I'm sorry.
Okay, let me roll real quick. That is a 20. Dirty 20.
Okay, you're good. You're good. So that is that creature's turn.
Okay.
And then Byako.
Let's see. Byako will run and pounce at Mercer Nightclaw.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, he will.
Can you make your attack at disadvantage, please?
I will reroll my attack at disadvantage. Okay. Ah, that's much worse. That went from a 21 to a 14.
14. So with sort of tiger-like reflexes, Mercer kind of drops into a crouch and rolls to the side, and Byako goes sailing over. They're both very tiger-like in this instance. And at the end of Byako's turn, unless Byako has anything else.
He does not.
Okay. Cool. Thaddeus, what is the range of your true sight?
My true sight, I gotta look it up because it's part of equipment. So I have to go to the equipment tab and then I gotta look this up and the whole thing. 60 feet.
All right. You're the only one who sees anything weird, but something strange happens. An illusion, basically Mercer steps out of an illusion of himself.
Mm-hmm.
And an illusion stays right next to where Byako had gone sailing through. But the real Mercer Nightclaw, who you can discern with your true sight, goes skirting off to the side invisibly, sort of shrouded by the blizzard.
Oh, good to know.
But you're the only one who can see that.
Yeah.
Pinky.
Okay, so since Pinky is blind, can he still cast a spell?
Yeah, depending on
It depends on what the spell is. If it's the thing that we were talking about earlier.
I wanted to cast confusion.
Okay. That
Then probably yes.
Wording of that one.
Okay, so it looks like the DC is 13.
Okay. The thing is, Pinky would probably cast it where Pinky last saw Mercer.
And he's not there anymore.
Mercer is no longer there, but Byakko is. So Byakko, make a
Aww.
wisdom saving throw, please.
Whose side are you on?
Well, I wouldn't
Pinky.
know. I have to go
Unless-
through with my plan because I wouldn't know he's not
Pinky.
there.
Well, this is pretty good. It's a wisdom?
Mm-hmm. No, intelligence. Sorry, intelligence.
Oh, my bad.
Intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
Still rolled pretty well. I don't have Thaddeus' bonus anymore, right? Or what's the aura range and where's...
It's 30 feet. It's pretty large.
30 feet?
Yeah.
Is Byakko in range?
You could still be in.
Oh, great. So that's a 23 then.
Okay.
Yeah, the spell says each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on the point you choose within range.
Yep. Mercer is out of that now, but...
But are we in it, or is it just
You're not.
Byakko?
No, just Byakko.
Is his
Byakko
illusion
ran
confused?
towards Mercer. Yep. So unfortunately, that doesn't really do anything.
Okay.
Uh,
Worth the shot if he was there. Boo.
Byakko growls at Pinky.
then it is Harmony's turn.
Okay, because I was still kind of freaking out about my vision. I missed the first part of the attack that hit Zant. Where did it come from?
Oh, off into the blizzard somewhere. It was
Okay,
really
so
hard to
there,
identify.
before I was blinded, I didn't see anybody coming or anything
No.
like that.
Some creature is out in the blizzard and shooting at you, but you don't know who or where.
All right, well, I'm gonna move my full movement backwards into the cave, where I remember the cave is.
Okay, the cave is about 30 feet behind you.
Yeah, that's my full movement, and I'm just gonna close my eyes and listen and try to hear where everyone is.
Okay, make a perception check.
Wait, are you blinded? I thought you passed that. Oh, you
No,
okay.
I didn't pass it. No, I'm totally
Alright.
blind.
I guess she is.
We're
She
back,
really is
guys.
blind,
We're
actually,
back.
guys.
It's stuck to my palm, you guys. Oh, that's not very good. Sorry, perception?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's only an 11.
Okay. You think you can hear the sounds of your friends, beginning to shout, verbal signals and things to each other, but there's also the howling of the wind. You can't identify where either Mercer or this mysterious creature out in the blizzard are.
Okay, then I'm in my research about Rakshasas, would I have learned whether they can see through invisibility or not?
You might have. Let's see, you rolled a 15 for that, so let's take a look. You're not 100% sure, but you suspect no.
Okay. Was it an action to do my perception check?
No. I'll say no.
Then I'll cast invisibility on myself and just hide in the cave.
Okay, nice.
That's my plan.
Alright.
Then it is Zant's turn.
So, between having Skulker and Observant and my scope, can I discern where this shooter is?
You can roll a perception check. to try
Or
and
is
search
my
for-
passive perception good enough with these
I think
things?
this would have to be an active thing.
Okay,
Because you're in the middle of combat and you've got a blizzard raging around you.
that is fine. Is that going to take my action?
No.
Okay,
I won't make it take your action. But...
I will try. That is a 23.
23. Okay. The shooter seems to be invisible.
Of course.
But you do manage to pinpoint their location
Mm-hmm.
because you can see a place in the snow, maybe sort of 70 feet away,
Sure.
where there's like a pair of leg prints that are just
Okay.
deep into the snow.
So, okay.
And it seems like something is hunkered down there.
Hunkered as in prone, or hunkered as in like they are standing and shooting?
Sort of standing, but in,
Yep.
in the snow.
Okay. Well, I will set my bow and I will take some shots at this invisible shooter.
Okay. It's going to be just not at advantage, just a
That's fine.
shot because they're invisible.
That's fine. Even if I have like 3 levels of advantage, I'm just kidding.
Yep, it's just it's all or nothing. It cancels.
How does a 26 do?
Yeah, that hits. And
Okay.
as it hits, the creature's invisibility seems to end.
That's what I was hoping for. Okay.
Revealing, you actually see the brown-furred, massive tusked form of Lil Benny.
Oh, little Benny! Well, he's gonna die. All right.
And he just basically is like, oh, fuck. Do your damage.
Yeah, heck yeah, I will. Okay. Well, little Benny.
I knew when Mercer was okay that Little Benny had to be in on this somehow.
Yep. Little
Benny's a fiend too.
Sorry.
So that is a 24 on the first shot. And these next ones, I'm going to make it advantage then, if his invisibility is gone.
Hold on. That was 24, but regular damage, not
yes. Is it
magic,
resisted?
Right? It does seem to be resisted.
No problem. Okay. Next one is...
Get him!
That's a 25 to hit.
25 also hits, yes.
Okay, and I'm going to use the bowstring on this one to make it magic. And that is a number 2, which is Paralyze, Constitution, DC 15.
Right, let me just check real quick if it's got advantage on magic saves. Sure does.
Okay.
Constitution, that's a natural 20. So let's pass.
Fine, but it's still magic damage, and this is going to be 29 magic damage at that.
Okay, that one, embeds in Lil Benny's shoulder and is bleeding heavily. Doesn't look happy.
One more to go. He's gonna get less happy. That's a lot higher. That's like a 32.
Yes, obviously.
And this one, I'm going to use a magic arrow. So I guess a 33, and then also what's it called? A disarming. I can't find my maneuvers.
Yeah, you can see that Lil Benny has basically a crossbow that is loaded with all of these different types of shots. So
Ethan, are you using the Matt Mercer die? Or that nat 20?
The natural 20 was not on the Mercer die.
I don't have my paper.
I'll use that die from Mercer.
I want to do a goading attack instead of disarming.
What kind of save is that?
That is a wisdom save, I believe. Wisdom saving throw, and it's a DC 20.
It's a strong 11.
Okay, so he is goaded, which means that he has disadvantage on all attack rolls against targets other than me until my next turn.
Okay, and how much damage was that?
I haven't rolled it yet. I will roll it now. This is... let's see... 47? Is that right?
47?
Yeah.
You can see that Lil Benny is on his last legs.
Okay.
You have pretty much wrecked him.
I mean, I can finish him off, I guess, with a... Yeah, I'm not going to, no. I will stop my turn there, check off my mastery slot and the bowstring, and I think I am done.
Okay. Now, all of your attentions are sort of drawn upward for a brief moment as a shadow looms over the group of you.
Even those of us that are blind.
Except for those of you who are blind. Though you might hear something, especially since you were taking careful attention to listen. A shadow looms over the group of you, and all of you have your attention drawn upward, and you see this massive shape loom down out of the blizzard. And you recognize it to be sort of like the bottom of a sailing ship. But that doesn't make any sense until you see the top part of it sort of also loom down out of the blizzard. And it has this sort of massive blimp-like balloon, which you'll recall you saw back at Marble Cleft Landing.
Okay.
And it has the East Freighton Mercantile Corporation logo on the side. But most ominous, and this is the part that Harmony hears, is that it seems to have a metal lightning rod stuck to the top, like where the mast would be, and down through the balloon. And the lightning that strikes flying creatures is striking that lightning rod repeatedly, and it seems to be going down to the balloon and charging this massive metal crossbow-like cannon that is pointed down towards the group of you. And as this thing looms down out of the clouds, you watch as figures begin leaping off of it, one after another, as 5 figures basically jump down, and these cloth canvases unfurl behind them as they begin parachuting down with these red parachutes, again branded with the East Freighton Mercantile Corporation logo. And you can see that they are all basically like in the form of humanoid white tigers with backwards hands. And there are 5 of them parachuting down towards you. And as they do so, they draw these javelins out from their inventories. And each of them is going to hurl a javelin down at the group of you. Let's see. They, with their parachutes, make it down. They're still 30 feet above you, sort of drifting lazily down. One of them will throw a javelin. We'll say 2 Thaddeus, 2 Zant, and 1. Actually, Harmony's invisible. 3 Zant, 2 Thaddeus.
Okay.
You can, Zant, it seems like they're really picking on you this fight. Everything seems to be going for you.
Yeah, so it does seem that way.
Here's the ones on
As long as these aren't hammered javelins or something.
Thaddeus, that's a 7 and a 23.
I can shield both of those away.
Okay. And for Zant, it is a natural 1, a 14. Wow, they rolled poorly. Wow, another poor roll. And a 13. So all misses.
All right.
But these tiger-like figures are parachuting down towards you.
They're like big toothpicks. They're really picking on me.
And then the balloon.
Oh no.
Figures up on the deck, manning the lightning cannon, aim that directly at Zant.
Great.
And
why did I hate Zant so much?
I don't know.
Two other creatures hanging from, or who are manning sort of harpoon guns next to the cannon, aim those down at Thaddeus. So here comes the lightning cannon. Actually, you need to make a save for that. It's a dexterity saving throw.
I will do that. That is pretty good. That's a 23.
Okay. You take 33 points of lightning damage.
Okay, I'm going to use my reaction. What was that?
And suffer no other ill effects.
Okay, I'm going to use my reaction to use absorb elements on the lightning damage. Nice. Otherwise, I will take the rest. So
that brings it down to a 16, I believe.
I need to. Let me see here. I get resistance. Yeah. So then that'll bring it down to 16. Correct. Okay.
Okay. And then the 2 harpoon guns shoot at Thaddeus. Remember, you have your shield.
Yep.
That is a 20 and a 21, so both misses.
Yep.
So
strong first round for the Hellbloom.
Okay, and then I get an extra d6.
Unfortunately, I get to keep going, and then it's Thaddeus' turn. Oh shoot, I never got Lulu's initiative. Lulu will just go after Thaddeus. Sorry. Dropping down from basically a hatch in the balloon opens, and something drops down out of it. This thing falls heavy. It doesn't have a parachute. It almost looks like a big metal ball, but as it falls, you see a rope is attached to it and it's kind of harnessed in. This thing drops 30 feet before its harness catches it, and it kind of bungees up and down for a second. But then it kind of unfurls, and you see it has like 4 limbs, and it's this sort of armadillo-like creature. But it opens this mouth, and this maw just ringed with teeth, and a long tongue lashes out and tries to grab Mara. So Mara, let's see what this creature does here. Tongue. There we go. How does an 18 do to your AC?
That is my AC.
Ooh, okay, just a hit then. You take 17 piercing damage as this barbed tongue lashes down towards you, and then it wraps around you, grappling you, and pulls you 30 feet up directly into its mouth.
Oh, shoot.
So I can't uncanny dodge even, huh?
You could uncanny dodge the damage, but you're still going to be grappled.
Okay.
Do you want to uncanny dodge the damage?
No, not this time, I guess.
Is this a large creature or is it
It is a medium creature.
medium creature? Okay.
And then once it has you up with it, 30 feet in the air, it makes a claw attack against you, which is a 26. I think that's a hit.
Hits.
And you take 15 slashing damage from that. Now it's Thaddeus's turn.
Oh,
A lot
okay,
just
well,
happened.
yeah. I was like, I knew exactly what I was going to do my turn up until that last action. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to do that turn anymore. Now Thaddeus is going to go help Mara, I guess. He's going to fly up into the air. And
Unfurling your wings made of light.
yeah. And as he does so, he's going to speak the vow of vengeance on this creature and make 2 attacks at advantage.
Okay. Very good. It doesn't seem to have eyes, but it like recoils from the holy light of your wings, just like that.
Let's see, that's a 27, or probably more at this point.
That's a hit.
29 to hit. And a 25.
That's also a hit.
Okay. I think I'm going to spend 2 level 2 spells here for smites. And now I gotta get on my calculator because I don't remember what I roll anymore. Is this thing? I assume this is a fiend.
It is a fiend. Yep.
Okay. Cool.
So you will get that extra damage.
Do I need to separate out my cold and radiant? Or I don't do that anymore. Sorry.
Nope. You're good.
I really need to update these calculations. Let's see. I'm gonna grab all my dice. Let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 63, and 70. Wait, 70 plus, what's my bonus? 78.
78 points of damage.
Nope, sorry. 86. Because I forgot that was 2 hits.
Yep.
Nice.
It recoils in pain from that damage, but is still alive. Anything else for Thaddeus?
I've used my movement bonus and both my attacks, so I think that's it for me.
Then Lulu.
All right. What's Lulu got? That's good. How's this creature looking?
Not great.
Okay.
I mean, it's still got some vitality, but
Yeah.
You know,
Let's see
another
here.
hit from Thaddeus might do it. You don't know about from Lulu.
I don't think I want to use a trumpet because those are both area stuff. Maybe I just do. Wait a second. Sorry, I'm trying to. Oh, trampling charge. There we go. Trampling charge. So yeah, gonna move at least 20 feet straight toward a creature. They hit it with a gore attack.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully I will hit it with a gore attack. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I think I'm good. 24.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And then it needs to make a DC 18 strength saving throw.
Oh, that's a good roll. Is it strength bonus? Ah, there it is. Yeah, 21.
So I don't get the bonus stomp attack, but I do get to roll my core damage. which is considerable.
And Lulu's attacks are magical, I assume?
Yes, it says right here, Hollyphant's weapon attacks are magical. So that is going to be 21 piercing damage.
Okay, it still seems to survive.
Dang.
But it is hanging by a thread, and it does not look happy that it is surrounded by creatures of holy energy.
Yeah.
Bringing us back to the top of the round, Mara Stormwind, you are currently grappled by this thing. What would you like to do?
Well, I guess I'll try to break the grapple.
Okay. Remember that you are 30 feet in the air.
Yeah, so I can cast fly if I break it.
That's an action now.
Yeah.
Not as a reaction.
Well, I'll count on Lulu maybe catching me. Let's see.
So if you're going to try and escape the grapple, it'd be an athletics or acrobatics check.
You could probably also just kill it, and you could escape that way.
That's also a possibility.
But I'm still up
You
in the
get
air.
sneak attack, right?
You could probably grab the rope that it's hanging from too. Pirates love ropes, so.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'll give
I
you an
do.
attack
Swing
with
it
that if you
around.
want.
But if I tack with my whip, then maybe I can grapple something and not fall.
Yeah,
With it.
sure, possibly.
We'll try that one. Okay, so it is a 22.
That'll hit it, yep. And you get your sneak attack.
Okay, 24. Okay. Separate out. 12. 23 plus 6 is 29. And that is lightning damage.
That is enough to slay this creature here.
Yay!
So as your whip slices into this thing, and your whip actually kind of like slices through the tongue that is holding you and then lashes back up into its mouth and seems to catch on something vital there, and the thing goes limp. Now what you can do is make a, we'll say a dexterity saving throw. You get Thaddeus's bonus because he's right there. And see if you can lash onto it or the rope and hold yourself
That is a 19 and his is a 5, so 24.
Easy. Yep. So you, with your whip in that same strike, managed to catch the rope onto the rope, and you're now dangling by your whip rather than from the creature.
Nice.
That is, we turned it into an alarmadillo.
Then, anything else on Mara's turn?
Well, I guess I'm just gonna hang here until somebody can come get me.
You could try moving on
Hanging
to Lulu.
around.
You try moving on to Lulu.
That's true. You
By-
could try and get onto Lulu if you
By swinging on the rope. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo.
with your agility, you could probably just get onto Lulu if you wanted to.
Okay.
Now that you've got the safe position of the rope.
All right. Thanks, Lulu.
Okay. Then it is Mercer's turn. Nothing has gone to plan so far. Let's see. Thaddeus has left Zant down on the ground.
Just hanging out. The only one who stayed in their original position.
Let me see what this ability does.
Just me and Pinky.
And just imagine him going, "Who shot me?"
How dare you?
Mercer Nightclaw, where you thought Mercer Nightclaw was, standing over by Byakko, an illusion shimmers and fades there. And Mercer reappears from invisibility about 30 feet off to the side. And Mercer's eyes kind of swirl with black energy, and he just says, "Be afraid." And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Is it a spell?
No, but it is a magical effect.
How high up off the ground am I?
You would be 30 feet up off the ground, but you know, over a little ways.
Yeah.
Your
Okay,
aura
so
is
he's-
30, right? Not 60.
Yeah, it's 30 now. So he's not in my aura.
Like, just out of it.
Dang.
Well,
Maybe by,
guys,
like 10, 15 feet.
I do have an advantage with rolling against fiends. I rolled
That's
a
true.
1 and a 2.
Ooh.
But hang on,
So
hang
you'll take
on.
that too.
There's something called Indomitable that I can
There is.
reroll a
Mhm.
saving throw if I fail, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
do that because that was really bad. These dice go away. New dice are
Don't-
coming in.
Don't roll a 3.
Yeah, 3 and a 4. Yeah. Okay, that's much better. That's a so I don't get the aura.
No.
It's a 19.
If you got the aura, there wouldn't be a roll.
Ooh, okay. Well, the good news is a 19 is not by much, but it's more than what you need.
Great.
So instead of taking 66 psychic damage, you take 33 psychic damage.
Fantastic.
And are not frightened. Basically, you see these harrowing visions flash before your eyes of all of your friends falling before you and your other various deep, dark fears. But you know that they are mere illusions, and you manage to shrug them off all the same using your indomitable like iron will.
Yeah. Stop picking on me.
That's Mercer. Nothing's going well. Lil Benny.
He's got a tiger right in front of him. He's snarling,
Lil Benny
looking for a trophy.
shouts, "Hey, boss! Isn't what we bargained for?" And he's just going to take one last shot before he flees here. He goes to take a crossbow attack at, I guess, Xant. Oh, but beforehand...
Like a big target drawn on me this fight.
Actually, before he does that, he turns invisible briefly. And
Dang
it
it.
seems as if he's going to move away. You can make an attack with Yako at disadvantage.
Okay. At disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's invisible.
But doesn't Pyako rely on his nose rather than his eyes?
He still uses his eyes rather than his nose.
Well,
Okay.
disadvantage, that's not great. That's a 16.
Okay, so that's not quite enough.
Dang.
A little shy.
Darn.
Byako's claws scrape against something, but it's not enough to do damage. And then Little Bunny seems to have moved away enough to take a shot without disadvantage. In fact, at advantage because of invisibility. It's just a sucky roll. It's just really bad.
Is it a 1 and a 2?
It was a 1 and an 8.
Okay.
Plus, it's not enough, certainly. Okay.
Plus
so
15? Probably not.
Nope.
No.
It's only plus 7, so 15 total to hit Xant is not enough.
Bling.
Nice.
Plate armor's not just for show.
And that is all that he gets as he becomes visible again, but then turns tail and starts running away into the snow.
Okay.
He's just like, screw this! I'm gonna go find someone else to serve.
Smart.
Yako.
I mean, we don't really need to kill Little Benny unless we wanted vengeance, so I guess Byako will pounce at Mercer.
Okay.
Oh, I need to use this. I can't put stuff in the dice tray. That's better. That's a 26.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, and he has to make a DC 18 strength saving throw. Are we knocked prone?
Well, guess what rough shots aren't that great at? He fails.
Okay, so he's knocked prone, and I get a second attack with Byako at advantage with a bite. So his bonus action bite, and that's a 27 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then he's a fiend, so Byako gets extra damage. So Byako is gonna do some good stuff here, guys. That is quite a bit. It's 36 damage from our lovely tiger.
What kind of damage does his claws and his bite
Both
do?
magic.
Right,
it's
but
magic,
piercing, slashing.
Okay, so it's the claw is slashing and the bite is piercing.
Give me double damage for the bite, please.
Oh, double. So when you double the damage, is that
You just double it. You don't roll again.
Okay. So I rolled them at the same time, but that was a 2, 4. So that would be. Do I double the bonus?
Yep. Mhm.
Okay. So if we parse them out, then that is. So that would be 30. 38 for the bite.
Mara, don't your daggers do piercing damage?
What if they do slashing? If they do piercing,
It
it's
says
still-
piercing here.
Okay. The difference is, and correct me if I'm wrong, I would say that Mara is a neutral character, not a good character.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Byakko
fair.
is good.
Yes.
And then what was the claw?
Oh, sorry. That one is 17.
Where Byakko's bite lands, it sears, and you can see that like smoke arises up from there. And Mercer just looks down and he goes, "No, no!"
Time for some good person piercing damage.
Yeah. And now you remember why he hated Vamps.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. But that kind of goes against what we want to do.
Wait,
Don't
is
worry.
Sam the last one that the only one of us who's actually got a good one?
No, that is
That is
Thaddeus
definitely
good,
good.
too.
neutral
Okay.
good.
But Thaddeus doesn't do piercing damage. That's the difference.
I've got javelins, but it's why would I use them when I have Moonrise?
Is that it for Byakko?
That is it for Byakko. Thanks for
At
asking.
the end of Byakko's turn, yep, something happens, but Byakko can't perceive it. Thaddeus, you would see that Mercer again sort of becomes invisible, leaving a duplicate of himself, and then stands up from where he was prone and moves away a little bit.
No attack of opportunity. Dang.
Nope. Unfortunately, this ability, it says it is
Okay.
imperceptible unless they have something like
True
True
sight.
sight. By the way, Harmony, at the end of Lil Benny's turn, you regained your vision.
Oh, cool. I was just going to ask about that.
Same with Pinky, whose turn it is now.
So now, where is Pinky in all this
Next
again?
to Zant.
Yeah, Pinky's kind of next to Zant.
Okay. So,
That's fine.
okay. Let's see. What do I want to have Pinky do? I want to hold an action of the bite attack until they can perceive Mercer.
Yeah, Pinky can technically see Mercer right now. He just doesn't know it's not the real Mercer. And that Mercer is maybe about 20, 30 feet away.
But I can't really tell it to wait until my command to attack.
Oh, I see. Okay. Gotcha. In that case, Pinky will wait. Harmony, it's your turn and you can see.
Okay. How far up is the ship from us?
The ship is 60 feet up in the air. Mara and Lulu and Thaddeus are 30 feet up in the air.
Okay.
Sort of halfway
And
between the ground and the ship.
there are other creatures coming down off of it, hanging from ropes, or what's happening?
Parachuting down, there are 5 white-furred, tiger-like creatures which leaped off the ship. And you can
in
see
the
that they
air
have the
still.
same backwards hands. Yeah, and they threw some javelins downward.
Okay. And then how many are manning the lightning cannon?
On the lightning cannon, it looks like probably 2 of them. And you can
Okay.
see maybe it's 2 more of these sort of white-furred tiger creatures.
Do they look like? Do I know what they are? Because they're different than Mercer, right?
Probably.
Because Mercer's orange fruit, or is that just like a cosmetic thing?
You don't necessarily know with
Okay.
your roll. They do have the similar like backwards hands.
Yeah, I'm going to. Okay, I really hope this works. I'm going to cast Dominate Monster on one of the 2 that's manning the cannon.
Okay. What level spell is that?
It's an 8th level.
Okay. It's What kind of save is it?
I'm so nervous. It's it's wisdom.
Well,
My
even at
DC is-
advantage, it fails, and the spell does take effect on it.
Oh.
Okay.
brr, 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 brr.
Okay, so for my first command, I want him to push his friend off of the side of the ship.
Nice. Okay.
I don't know if I can give him more commands than that.
For your initial one, I think it's just sort of a basic thing, isn't
A
it?
basic command. Okay, so that's what I tell him to do, and then okay. And now I have a telepathic link with him, so I don't have to see him anymore. So I'm gonna go back into the cave and try to find like a boulder or something to hide behind. Basically, right
Okay.
line of sight from where I think Mercer may have gone.
Well, I mean, from where you were, you could still see Mercer. There was a
The image, right? Yeah, but I and I don't know what he did before, so I'm breaking line of sight with the illusion of Mercer, and I'm kind of ducking behind something to kind of hide
Alrighty.
myself.
I'm curious. Does Control Monster let you see through its eyes?
No,
No. Okay.
no, I have a telepathic link with him, so I can give him orders, but I
Okay.
can't. No.
Okay.
Can't see him.
He's not your pet.
No.
Okay. That's a good turn for Harmony. Your invisibility then will break. Zant, it's your turn.
Okay.
You see Mercer Nightclaw squaring off with Byakko, having
Can-
just been singed by Byakko's holy bite.
You say it's not perceptible for him to create the image and run away, but with my trained eye, can I see like footprints forming away from the image or anything
Yeah,
before
I mean,
would?
because you're in the snow, yeah, you could make a perception check just like you did with
Okay.
Benny. Was Benny's at disadvantage because he was invisible?
No, was it? I don't think
but it would have
gave
been
me...
canceled by your scope. So yeah,
Yeah.
just a flat roll.
Ooh, that's pretty dang good. That is a 25.
That's barely enough. I mean, it's enough,
Oh.
but barely. You think you know where Mercer is in the snow,
Would Mara be upset if I shot him though?
and you can
I think you
perceive
should
that this
see-
thing next to Byakko is an illusion.
What was that, Nick?
I think you should see someone else.
Yeah, I know.
We,
All right.
we gotta let
Get
Mara
him.
have this.
She has to go. She has to go get him then. All right. Yeah,
Is
we
he-
can. What was that?
Like knock him prone or something, or
I do a lot of damage, and I can't really like tone it down. It's gonna do like double. So like I normally for like 40
I mean,
on average. It'll do
there's
like 80.
always the option to do non-lethal damage. You can
Oh,
always say,
I will
"I'm
do
not
that.
trying to kill this."
I
guy."
will do that. I will do
Yeah.
non-lethal damage.
That's what I was going to
Okay.
suggest to you.
Thank you. Yes, I will do that. All right. So I'm gonna do the normal sauce, and go for non-lethal damage.
You
normal
do-
sauce.
Well, that's
It's
like
still
I have a
just
bunch
a
of
flat
stuff.
roll because
Yeah,
normally
okay.
you'd
Yep,
have this
sure.
advantage, but
Natural 1 on the first one.
okay, that arrow goes a little wide. You don't quite have a lead on it like you thought you did.
Oh, but we
He's
have.
not used to doing non-lethal
I know.
damage.
What is
though.
this? Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is really hard with giant arrows. That one's pretty good. That's a 27.
Yeah, that's enough. hmm
Okay. And I'm gonna put on the bowstring on this one.
Okay.
And that's an 8, and that will give me Petrify, which is a dex save, DC 15.
Yeah, he should be
And
scared.
he technically moved away from Byakko, right? Or is he still in the same
He did
spot?
technically move away
Okay, so
from
so
Byakko,
Byakko cannot claw at him then.
No.
Okay.
The 16.
On
Just
the
barely
save.
saved.
Oh, so close. Okay, it's still magic, and I get my lightning damage. And I'm gonna let's see. Okay, that one is let's see. Plus 22 is 33 damage, which you say doubles, so it's 66 damage.
Yep. Well, the piercing doubles, not the lightning.
Okay, so then the lightning is 4, so then it's 29, so double would be 58, and then adding the lightning would be 62.
That bolt pierces into sort of the side, and you can see it where it grazes against him. It leaves just seared flesh, and like the fur
Yeah.
around it. Like the illusion that is the humanoid form of Mercer Nightclaw is beginning to crumble a little at this barrage, and you can see
Mhm.
like orange and black fur that is just stained with dark black blood.
Okay. Still up though. So does a 23 hit?
Yes.
Okay. I will do. Does he? He doesn't have weapons, right?
Does not appear to, no.
I'll just do normal attack then. That is, let's see, 29 again. So that's 58 damage, piercing.
And you're using a magic arrow or no?
Yes.
All right, cool. So how much was it? 58?
58.
Again, it leaves this one, kind of catches him on the neck, and you can see black blood is pooling out onto
Okay.
the white snow.
He's still
And at
up.
this point, I think the humanoid visage crumbles completely. And
Okay.
you just see the dark orangish red fur with the black
Oh, is he
stripes.
visible again?
Oh no, he was well. If you could see him, that is.
Ah, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is
All right.
concealed.
I'm being taking advantage on this next one then.
Special narration only for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, if he's still up, then I'm gonna action surge and
Yeah, from what you
fire.
can tell, he's still up.
Okay. That is a 27 to hit.
Does it?
Okay. Here we go. Another smack. That's 27, 28. So that is 56.
Is it safe to assume you're just spending magic arrows or no?
Yes, this is another magic arrow.
So how much damage?
56.
56. Mercer Nightclaw is sprawled on the ground, bleeding this black blood, becomes visible again, 15 feet from Byakko, unconscious.
Great. And I have 2 more shots. I know my turns take an hour. Bear with me. I will take these 2 shots.
Is Benny dying now?
Should he?
I don't know. I hate him.
Okay. I mean, I can spend 1 on him. Can I see him?
Yes.
Oh, he
at
went
this
invisible,
point-
huh?
Well, no, he went invisible to get away from Byakko and then became visible again. With
Oh,
the shot.
okay.
At this point, he was 70 feet away. That is speed. So he is 100 feet away, but that's no problem for you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take a shot at him then. That's a 32 to hit.
Okay. Another magic arrow or no?
Nah, but I'm gonna do a pushing attack.
Okay.
Help him go on his way if he wants to go that way. That's fine. Here, let me help you with that. That's pretty good. That's 12.
Both very pushy today.
Yeah, 34 damage.
34 on a non-magic arrow gets
17?
down to 17. Exactly what you needed. Is that
Okay.
lethal damage or no?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Here, let me help
so
you with that. Oh, poof.
As that arrow
Yeah.
pierces through the back of Benny's head, you watch as he literally begins to glow with this orangish light from sort of the center of him, and a loud, concussive, thunderous sound just explodes throughout the landscape as he physically combusts into fire and thunder, which just sprays out
Wow.
across
What a
the
drama
snowy
queen.
landscape and is dead.
Do I think I can damage or destroy the lightning cannon that looms above?
You probably could, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Instead, I will shoot down one of the 5 tiger people that are coming down.
Very good.
The crowd agrees. What's that?
There were 5 that were down and 2 on the lightning cannon?
5 that were parachuting down
Yeah.
and 2 manning the lightning cannon.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
And then another 2 doing crossbows on the
That's a
sides.
28 to hit
Gotcha.
on one of them. And
Oh, yeah. Wilhelm scream as he spirals to the ground dead.
oh really? It doesn't. They don't even need to roll damage, huh?
Well, these guys are minions.
Okay. Great. So yeah, that is my 6 attacks.
That was a good turn.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna cast one
Very
more thing,
efficient.
which is Second Wind, and then that'll use my bonus action, and then I can't move, so I'm done.
Okay. The white-furred Rakshasa, who Harmony has control over, goes and tries to push his companion overboard. Harmony, would you make a just a d20 roll, and I will add his bonus to it.
14.
Oh, that's enough. Your Whiteford Rakshasa pushes the other one off the edge. And I'll see if I'll give him a dex save. With a dex save, that one who's pushed off the edge screams as he's going, but manages to pull the ripcord on a parachute. And is now drifting towards the ground.
Excellent.
Let's see. They've seen Mercer is down for the count. They've seen Benny is down for the count. They've seen their Canoloth is down for the count. The ship, which Mara, your whip is still attached to it. Are you? It begins to rise up in the air. Are you gonna go with it? You're gonna try and pull the whip down? What are you gonna do?
She was on Lulu.
Yeah, I
she's
think
on Lulu now.
I'm on Lulu,
Her whip is
but
still
my whip
attached.
is still attached. Okay.
You could try and pull it loose. You could try to. You could go with it. You could. It's up. You could let it go. It's up to you. What do you want to do?
I think I'm gonna let it go because I have unfinished business down there.
Okay.
You don't have a whip anymore.
The whip begins to pull up into the sky. The creatures that are manning the lightning cannon don't seem to be able to get it ready to fire again.
You mean
yet.
Harmony's
Hold on,
creature?
the one that I have dominated?
Yeah, but another creature rushes up, to try and man the thing. There's more than you can see on the boat. But despite that, they aren't able to get it going. So.
I was gonna say this seemed like a two-person job.
Yeah.
And one person has not been able to do that.
Right. What I'm saying is that there's more creatures other than the ones who were at the side on the boat, and some of them run up, but they aren't able to get it going. But they will, as they go, make 3 attacks with their ballista, their harpoon guns. One for Zant, one for Mara, and one for Thaddeus, I think. So Zant,
Okay.
only a 10.
All right.
Mara, only a 15. And Thaddeus, such bad rolls, only a 14.
You could missile
Right.
snare that one though.
I don't even have to react to that one.
And then the balloon begins to pull up into the sky, moving not very fast because it uses some actions here. How fast can it go? What is the speed? Oh, there it is. It moves 50 feet up into the air, taking Mara's whip with it, putting it at 110 feet up in the air. Thaddeus, what would you like to do? And Lulu as well.
Okay. Well, Thaddeus is going to is Mercer visible? I mean, I know Mercer's visible to me, but is he
No,
visible in
he's visible
general?
to everyone now at this point.
Okay.
He is unconscious, sprawled in the snow.
All right. Thaddeus will put a hand on Mara's shoulder and say, Asanahen, speed this woman to her deserved vengeance, and casts haste on Mara.
Awesome. Woo!
Anything else from Thaddeus?
I was so close to being able to board this ship. I can only go 60 feet up.
Do you want me to shoot
You
it
don't want
down?
to board the ship, trust me.
Okay. I guess, I mean, my concern is that it's going to park itself up there and just bombard us with lightning cannon.
I still have control of one guy in there,
Okay, all right.
and I have a plan.
You could
there-
try and fly up to it and wreck the cannon. I mean, the cannon has hit points. It can be destroyed.
Yeah.
Stop taking away the one thing I get to
Yeah,
do during
I'm not
this
gonna,
combat,
I'm,
please.
no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to follow Ethan's terrible suggestion.
I'm just saying, it's an option. You've got options.
Are there's more, there's the the Rakshasas on the ground, or the white fur demons on
Yeah,
the
there
ground,
were
right?
5 of them parachuting to the ground. One of them got hit, but then another one was thrown off by Harmony. So
Okay.
there's 5. Well, I guess the ones, ooh, they would have had their turn.
I thought they did have their turn. They all threw javelins and whatnot.
No,
That was the first
the
turn, though?
balloon.
Oh, okay.
Let me just take a quick
Ballistas,
turn
yeah.
for the ones on the ground, because they don't have an escape route. They will go and try and avenge their master. The 4 that are on the ground are going to try and group up on Zant, and they draw out swords, longsword. And they're going to make a bunch of attacks, because they're
Alright.
not just javelins this time. So there's 4 of them, times 3 attacks each, for 12 attacks.
12 attacks. All right.
So let's see how we do. 1 and a 3 on dice.
Hit.
20 for one of them. Does that hit?
It. I don't have my shield out, so yes.
Okay, so 1 hit so far. 2 more misses. 2 more misses. Now that's a
6 misses.
6 misses, 1 hit. You got 5 left.
there's a natural 20 and another miss.
I knew there'd
Okay.
be a crit in there somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, 12 chances.
And then another miss and another hit.
Okay.
How
So
many is
3
that?
hits, 1 crit. Is that what I heard?
Sounds right.
I think that's about the end of their attacks. I've lost count, but I think that's about
Oh, flurry of blows.
it. From each of the regular hits, you take 9 slashing damage as they come at you using
Okay.
both. Or actually, do they? They'll just do it one-handed, so it's actually 8 slashing damage
Got it.
from each
So
of those
that's
times 3.
24. Okay.
And then the crit does 13 slashing damage.
Okay. 13.
Oh, and actually,
Okay.
they have something they can do once per turn. So each of those ones that hit you will do an extra 11 slashing damage.
Ouch,
So,
man.
11 times 4, an extra 44 slashing
Oof.
damage.
Okay. Ouch. These
Sorry,
minions
extra
are
33,
jerks.
and then the one of them would have had a crit on that. But it's actually not as good. So 33 plus 5. So actually, it is 36 slashing damage instead of 44.
Oh, great. I can
Shouldn't have
gain
rolled
some
the crit.
hits back then. Thanks for
Shouldn't have rolled
critting
the
that.
crit. Yeah, and that's their turn. So, sorry, back to the end of Thaddeus' turn.
Yeah, I don't think I have a good bonus action that I can use. How much how bad is Zant looking right now?
I'm at like 1/3 HP.
Okay. Sorry about this. Lulu is going to go down first because they're all grouped up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Trample me.
Well, I'm not going to trample you.
Okay.
I'm going to sparkle you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Lulu goes down and blasts her trumpet, and everything in that cone has to make a Constitution saving throw.
All
DC
right.
is 14. Evil creatures have disadvantage on the saving throw.
So they do.
I do not have your aura, right? We discern that, or
I can go down far enough while this is happening to give you my aura.
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't do well. Let's see.
It's only a 14.
What kind of save, though?
Constitution save.
I would have gotten a 12 without your aura, so that saved me.
Nice. Well, I'll go ahead and roll my damage then.
Got an 8, 12, a 16, and a 15.
Okay, well, 2 of those saved, it sounds like. So 2 of them take full and 2 of them take half.
Well, if they take damage either way, they're all dead anyways. So.
Okay.
Death by
Uh,
trumpet, death by sparkle trumpet.
Lulu trumpets and radiant sparkles erupt from her trunk, and as these sparkles touch these creatures, they basically melt away into smoke, just screaming as they go.
Okay.
You still have to roll damage for Zant, though, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And that is going to be 14 damage.
And is it halved because I passed, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's halved. So 7.
Okay.
And it's radiant, if that matters.
Does not matter, but thank you. Okay.
And
Good deal.
I think Thaddeus and Lulu both touched down on the ground. Thaddeus has nothing to kill at this point.
Okay.
Thank you, Sona.
There is, I mean, there's the one more Rakshasa floating down in its parachute that hasn't
Oh.
touched it yet. But
Yeah, I think I'll go tower over that guy, but I don't have an action left to use, so I'm just gonna stand next to him and glower menacingly.
okay. Then it is Mara's turn, and Mara, you are hasted.
Okay. So I'm gonna head over
Done.
to.
Did Harmony have a turn?
I think I'm after Mara, right?
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Well, there's Mara, and then there's
Mara, then a few in between.
a few,
Yeah.
and then
Okay, sorry, Mara. Go on.
Okay, I'm gonna head over to Mercer, and I'm going to command Pinky to bite him.
Okay. Pinky can roll that attack with advantage.
that's
Okay.
like
Are
a
you- are
slap in the face with a glove.
Are you feeding your pet?
Okay. So it takes. I got 17 plus 5 is 22.
Yep, that's a hit.
Okay, so it takes 46 damage. That's almost a sneak
That's
attack.
a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a critical hit, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
he's
anything that-
unconscious.
Anything
Yep.
that hits an unconscious creature is crit.
So that is 14 piercing damage.
Did you double the dice?
Why do I double it? Because I'm hasted?
It's a critical hit because
Oh.
he's unconscious.
I actually
Okay,
don't know
so
that it is. I think it's just 2 death saving throws.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, 2 death saving throws
Yeah.
Were
is
he
a
making
critical
death
hit,
saving throws?
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta
Either way,
roll the damage.
either way, it's a lot of damage. The thing is, though, Mercer Nightclaw is at 0 HP, right? And so if this is intended to be lethal damage, this will be what kills Mercer Nightclaw. Is that what you want?
yes.
Okay. In
Death
that
by
case-
rats. Death by cranium rats. That's what he
Rats,
deserves.
eat your eyes.
In that case,
That's what he deserves.
the rats, Pinky begins to swarm over Mercer Nightclaw until Mercer Nightclaw has almost disappeared. And then his eyes open up and you can see sort of the black smoke swirling behind his pupils. And he just starts saying, no, not like this. This was supposed to be my revenge. And he starts rambling on. He says things like, you don't understand the pain of being reforged here after dying on the material plane. It's agony, it's pain, it's torture. And he's screaming, all the while being bitten by these rats. And he's just crying out in pain as they slowly but surely begin to eat through him. And you can see the life force fading from his eyes. But then his ears seem to catch a sound on the wind. And can each of you make a perception check?
Sure.
13.
14. Sorry.
23.
Okay, so that is a 18.
Do you want their familiars and pets to make them as well?
No, just you guys for now. Zant and Mara, you hear it as well. You hear coming out from the blizzard, still probably very far away. With those checks, you can tell it's still probably a ways away. Just this howling of dogs. And Mercer kind of gets one last smile on his face and
Oh,
says,
jeez.
you're dead anyways. And then he dies.
I'm going to get on Lulu because it seems like it's time. Oh, wait. Do we have the thing that Mercer was supposed to give us or that we wanted from Mercer?
Yes, the frozen heart, you do have it.
Okay, then I'm going to get on Lulu because it's time to go.
Okay. So,
Are we
If
still in
it's-
initiative?
You can be if you want. If there's anything left you want to do, just let me know what
I
it is,
just-
because
because
all the
this-
threats
this-
to you are gone. So.
Dominate monster lasts for an hour.
Mhm.
and I can still telepathically control this motherfucker. So if we're not in initiative, I'll just tell you what I want to do right now. But if we're still in initiative,
Yeah, tell me what you want to do. I mean, we're out of initiative in that everything that's a threat to you is gone. So
okay.
whatever you want to do, just tell me.
Yeah. So I mean, I assume we'll all get on Lulu, but as I'm doing that, I'm taking complete and total control of this lesser Rakshasa, this white bird Rakshasa.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, the commands that I'm giving him are to do everything in his power to turn the lightning cannon onto the blimp itself and to shoot it and destroy the blimp with the lightning cannon.
Okay.
That's what my message is to him.
I'm not gonna play it out. There's a lot more Rakshasa on the ship than just him. So I will give him, I think, a 15% chance of succeeding. Otherwise, he's probably thrown from the ship.
Yeah.
You want to just roll some percentile dice?
Me?
Yeah.
Sure.
And we'll say anything 15 or under is a success.
God.
I wanted it to be a success so bad.
We'll make it bigger.
I mean, Harmony succeeded in Warsaw to Thieves. Remember that teleport?
Oh, geez.
Come on, Harmony.
This is not going to succeed though. A 15 or lower on
Oh, come on.
on a percentile. How about it's a what is it, an 85 or higher?
You said 15 or lower.
I rolled a 97.
Oh dang.
Oh.
Yeah. So somewhere off in the distance, you hear a "Ah!" as a creature without a parachute is thrown from the blimp, and then with a satisfying crunch that echoes across the telepathic connection, your connection is severed.
I had such high hopes for this motherfucker. I finally got dominate monster to work. It didn't do shit.
It did. It saved us, probably.
I don't know. It didn't make a difference because 2 more people came and manned the cannon, so it wasn't me at all. It was about even throwing.
It was because they were too slow to get the cannon. If it had just been those guys, they might have been able to just do it right away. But like they couldn't sort everything out in time. It was still because you threw someone over that you didn't get hit by the cannon again. I just gave them a chance to recover, and they didn't recover. So.
Speaking of recover, I like to recover my magic arrows before we depart.
Magic arrows cannot be recovered.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Harmony, you could have had him dislodge my whip and throw it down.
What are you talking about?
Your controlled person. You could have had him dislodge my whip from the ship and throw it down.
I didn't know your whip was dislodged on the ship. I was blind for half of the fight.
You can't see.
I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it.
No, it went for a good.
To me.
It went for a good cause. That's all right.
At this point, there is a loud collective burp as all of the cranium rats draw your attention towards
Oh, God.
them, and there's nothing left of Mercer
Oh,
Nightclaw,
God.
but just like a bloody mess on the snow of Stygia.
Well, we've got what we were waiting
satisfying.
Yeah.
Yes.
and this place doesn't feel safe anymore. And it looks like the Ruby of Sending has been used today because I have it checked off. I don't remember if that's true or not. I forgot to erase it.
You can remember 2 months ago.
Yeah, I don't remember what we used it for, but let's go and get the fuck out of this cold, awful place.
Yeah. Lulu's speed is 120 feet, and she can do move and then dash, so we're going to do that a whole bunch.
Well, you're all on Lulu, and then you get up to the tunnel, and you realize that once you're inside the tunnel, it narrows quite a bit. How big is Lulu?
Lulu is a huge creature.
Okay, yeah, Lulu can barely fit into this tunnel, because huge is what? That's 3?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
She can barely fit, at least at this part in the tunnel. You don't know, it might widen again later, but she certainly can't fly.
There is something cool Harmony could do for us here, but I don't know how to suggest it without being like the D&D nerd. Yeah, like I don't know how Thaddeus would know this spell exists.
You can just say, Harmony, is there any way you can do X?
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, I was like, we need to go fast, but we're not gonna have a ride for this.
I think I know what spell you're thinking about. Actually.
You might. Does it have the initials WW?
It does.
Nice.
It does. I'm also a D&D nerd now. I know what spell you're talking about.
Good, then I don't have to suggest it. You already know. Harmony already knows.
Well, is there a need to go fast though? Can we just run?
The thing is, like I don't know if you remember from 2 months ago, but Malik's army has like most of a day's head start because we had to wait here forever for Benny to get back.
Yes.
So.
And was the intention to hurry and catch up with him, or just to meet him on the other side?
I'd like to meet up with him.
It was just meet him on the other side.
Yeah. I don't think that we ever had the intention to meet up with him partway through the journey.
Yeah, maybe not.
So, like,
okay.
And this thing takes a minute to cast, and it might, whatever's howling back there might catch up to us in a minute. So maybe we should just.
Should we block the entrance?
Do you have any explosives?
I have.
I mean, I could throw a fireball at it and maybe try to.
Do we actually know if there's something pursuing us right now?
All you heard was this drifting over the wind, this sort of phantom howl.
Yeah, but I mean, after our little bit into this departure, can we sense anything else or hear or see anything else?
Yeah, you could roll another perception check.
Sure. Can I get advantage somehow? Like, can someone help me or?
Yeah, someone could help you.
Okay. Anyone want to help?
Yeah.
All right. That's pretty good. That's 25.
Okay. Is it correct that you guys haven't quite made your decision on how you're departing yet? You're still kind of debating at the mouth of the cave?
I assumed we were on Lulu, but we're worried about the tunnel.
We're on Lulu trying to get into the tunnel and realizing that it's not going to work.
I think we got to the point in the tunnel where it becomes clear that she's not going to fit.
Okay. Then as you all kind of dismount Lulu and are talking about this, Zant takes a moment to sort of like stop and listen. And Zant, you know for a fact that while you're next to Thaddeus, something about him suppresses your ability to, be afraid, right? You know this. But you have this sort of like preternatural feeling. It's not something you actually sense so much as you notice that your hairs are standing a little bit on edge, and you feel a little bit of adrenaline kicking up, even though nothing is in particular happening right now. And you hear again that faint howl coming across on the wind, and it sounds closer.
Oh, shoot.
And you realize what you're feeling is that prey instinct, right? You are prey at the moment. Something is hunting.
Okay. Yeah, so I think Zant would just say, yeah, there's something coming, guys. We got to go.
I feel like that's been happening since we had our little visit from the Lord of the Hells, right?
You haven't felt this up till now.
But he threatened us.
He said he wasn't going to move against you then and there, but he made it clear that he was pissed at you.
I think we learned from someone that like it was going to take him a little bit of time to get his forces together to send against us, but we gave him kind of some time.
Well, I mean, I can sit down for a minute and cast the spell, and then we'd be able to move quickly through this tunnel. Or I can use my amulet to kind of build a wall, maybe.
As you continue to discuss, each one of you begins to feel that sort of like hair standing on edge, flight or fight feeling begin to boil up in you, the adrenaline coursing through your veins.
Or we can just fucking run. Just make your decision, guys.
Do I have an idea of how far away this entity is?
Your check was really good. It was closer than the last time, but it's hard to tell because like it's coming across clearly a vast distance, carried on the wind, and then maybe in some ways amplified by the sounds of the blizzard. But what was your check again? It was really
25.
It was above 20, 25. It could still be maybe a mile or so out.
A mile.
A couple
Okay.
Let's
miles
see.
maybe.
Yeah. Cast your spell. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's try.
The fast moving one.
While we wait the minute, I also want to cast Healing Spirit for a minute and regain some hit points for myself.
Okay.
Because I am hurting right now.
All right, then I guess I'm going to sit down on the floor, cross-legged, and cast Wish to cast Wind Walk.
Okay. And just because I like the flavor, what's the wording of your wish? I mean, obviously it takes place because it's just replicating the spell. But...
Yeah. I wish that we could walk with the speed of clouds in the sky.
Okay. And hold on a second. When you cast Wish, do you need to take the time?
Oh, you know what? Probably not.
That is an excellent question. The spell itself takes a minute, but Wish is instantaneous, isn't it?
You don't need to meet any requirements for that spell, including costly components. So I would say that includes time, too.
All right, then it just happens.
All right.
Then do you still want to do your Healing Spirit? I guess you wouldn't have time.
If I don't have time, then I guess I would not.
Only 6 seconds.
Unless I can like carry it with me.
Nope.
I don't think it
Not
can
as
be
Alright,
fast
then
as this
I'm
thing
gonna
moves.
lose the hit points that I just gained and get
We
the spell slot
basically
back.
we turn into gaseous forms that kind of look like wisps of clouds, and we gain a flying speed of 300 feet,
Wow.
and we also have resistance to damage from non-magical weapons. The only actions that we can take in this form are dash or revert to your normal form, but reverting takes a minute, and during that time, you're incapacitated. You're considered incapacitated. The spell lasts for 8 hours, but you can revert to your normal form and back to cloud form as many times as you want during this illustration.
This is sweet. Alright, yeah, I guess we're just dashing then, right?
We just have to remember that we are on the ground when the spell ends, and not in the air, because
yeah.
we'll automatically change back.
Can
and
we like
fall.
still communicate with each other, or are we just completely gas? Okay.
Yeah, but I assume there was just one direction, or did we have Moloch leaving markers for us or something in the cave? I think we talked
You
about
don't really
this.
know.
Yeah, it's true. We didn't really.
I thought we
don't know
talked
about
about this.
I thought so too. Like, how would we find
I'm pretty
them?
sure we
know
asked
the
him
way.
about it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we
Yeah.
asked, and he I think he said he was like a straight shot.
If you did ask him, that's what he would have told you. There's
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's not
I think
really
we-
branching tunnels or anything.
Because I think
I think we talked about that.
I'm
We have
a
that
big
memory.
worrier, so I'm pretty sure I asked him that question. Because I'm like, if we leave behind you, how do we know how to get through? And he said it's a straight shot. So.
Right. So we all of us, including it's up to 10 creatures, and we are what?
8?
8? Less than 8? 7? Because
Well, Pinky is many.
Moloch's not with us. Pinky's
Yeah.
considered 1 creature, and Moloch's not with us, so 7.
Right. Yeah, 7 sounds right.
Yeah. So it's fine. We all turn into clouds, all of us.
Okay.
Just start
Great.
shooting down the.
Do each
Yeah.
of the clouds have sort of different color themes?
Oh, of course.
I want to be like a silver
You got a
cloud.
pink cloud and a silver cloud and a blue
Yeah.
cloud and a
Yeah,
purple
because a white cloud.
Yeah.
This is great.
This
Golden cloud.
collection of
No,
colored
mine's rainbow
clouds-
colored.
Rainbow, nice.
Very-
This collection of colored clouds begins to wisp through the tunnels, and you are moving at incredible speed. This is faster than probably any of you have ever moved, I think, in terms of physical movement. That's not teleportation. And you just are dashing through the tunnels, and they curve and they bend, but they don't seem to branch off at all. They occasionally open up into larger chambers, and you'll have to sort of scout around the chamber to find the exit, but each time there only seems to be one exit, and the tunnel seems to just go down deeper and deeper and deeper. And the walls are just the entire way basically covered with ice, and there's icicles hanging from the ceiling and dripping up from the floor. In some of these larger caverns, there's frozen lakes that you just whoosh across. You see occasional patrols of ice devils on your way through, but you just whoosh, straight past them and then you just leave them kind of clicking their pinchers, confused at your
Mandibles.
passage. Yeah, they're mandibles. And eventually you reach a point where instead of going down, the tunnel begins to slope up and the ice begins to become less and less common. These frozen areas become pockets until eventually they're all gone and they've given way to a tunnel of a very different texture. It almost seems to be well, none of you are touching it, so it's hard to tell, but it's got this kind of like dark purplish texture, but it looks kind of like wet and slimy a little bit. And you just kind of continue whooshing through the tunnels, now going upward, but still at incredible speed. You gather that this journey probably would have taken you, something like a day on foot, or at least, 8 hours or so. But at the rate you're traveling, it's like a matter of, 2-3 hours total, maybe 4. Let's say 4. As you just kind of speed through these caverns. While you're doing that, it does still, you are in your wind form, but you are still, having to exert physical energy, and you find that the air of hell seems to push against you. Like this spell on the material plane would have given you this entire freedom of movement, right? But it seems like the atmosphere is pressing down on you. And as you travel, I need each of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Y'all get my bonus, which is +5.
Yep.
Did you sense I was gonna ask?
I know you're never gonna remember, so I'm just always gonna say it now.
Hold on. Never mind. Yep, you're good. I saw the word incapacitated in the spell definition for Windwalk, and I was worried you might not have your aura, but you do.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's while you're reverting.
That's all, yeah.
So, Harmony, how'd you do?
I did a 21.
Okay. You managed to power through this forced travel, Zant.
23.
And Thaddeus.
25.
And Mara.
20.
Okay. And then Vyatko.
22.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, I forgot to add Thaddeus for us, so I actually got a 28.
Ooh.
All right. Aren't you special? How did Vyatko do?
22.
And Lulu.
I just remembered to roll for her. She got a 28. Oh my gosh.
Damn,
Oh wait, no, she
that's
didn't.
cool.
That was her mammoth form. What is her normal form?
Her gaseous form is not her normal.
Your gaseous form. 24.
Okay.
Wait, no,
Okay,
she'd still be in mammoth form if she, unless it runs out after a certain amount of time, because she would have transformed into wind. She could still be in her mammoth.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so 28.
It may actually run that after a certain amount of time, though, because technically she casts shape change, right? Yeah, that's an hour.
Okay, never mind then.
But either way. And then how did Pinky do?
Pinky got a 17.
Okay, so even Pinky is fine.
Great.
The group of you managed to power through this, but you can feel that the very plane itself is like weighing down heavy upon you now, heavier than even before. And eventually you emerge from this sort of purplish upward sloping tunnel out the side of a very angular hill. And as you're sort of getting to the end of this tunnel, you begin to notice like strange black protrusions from the cave wall that just kind of they spike out and then they curl a little bit. They kind of but they look kind of chitinous, and they just kind of protrude from the wall. And as you pass, they kind of blow in the wind a little bit even. And you come out of the side of this purple rock or purple structure, this hill, and you find yourself looking over a true and complete hellscape. While past layers of the Nine Hells have been horrible in their own right, what you find before you is a realm of disgusting and horrific implications. It looks like the ground, as you observe it, is made of more of this purple material, but as you kind of come to a halt and aren't moving rapidly, you can see that this purple material actually seems to like pulse and move a little bit. And as you watch it, you're reminded very much of skin, and you realize that it's actually purple flesh that makes up most of the ground of this area. And you can see in the distance, there are these large white rocks that protrude up out of the ground. But you only have to look at them for a little bit before you realize they're not actually rocks at all. They are the massive, bloated in size, distorted and twisted ribs of an incredibly giant creature that now form mountains in this realm. And you look down into sort of the valleys from your upward position, coming out of the side of this hill, and you see that there are lakes and rivers of what look like blood and bile. And you think you can see in the distance what at first maybe looks like a forest of these gnarled, twisted trees, before you realize that the trees are actually hairs growing out of the ground that are just of gigantic proportion. You are in a true nightmare.
I turn around.
Welcome to Malbold. What would you like to do?
Do we have full control? Oh yeah.
Also, as you turn around and look back at the tunnel you've just come out of, you realize it's actually a tipped on its side nose, and you've just come out of the nostril.
Okay, I'm glad that's the place and not the other.
do we have full control of our gaseous form?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
you
Xant turns into a downwards arrow and points down.
I don't know if you can turn into shapes.
No, I don't. Yeah.
No. You can move at will and you can change to yourself at will, but you're a cloud.
Okay. So Xant and Bianca go down to the angled ground and revert form, I guess.
Did we pass Mullock's army on the way down?
Here, so yeah, someone make a perception check. I assume you have help, so you can make it at advantage.
Do you want me to do it?
Yes,
Yeah, I think you have the highest score.
Okie dokie. That is a 24.
67.
Oh, 68.
What was
24.
24, okay. At the base of this hill that you've emerged out of, and it's like a couple 100 feet down, like this nose you've come out of is massively proportioned. At the base of this like sheer drop that makes up this cliffside, this hill, you can see, and you can see there's kind of a winding path down. There's a little bit of a valley in between two rivers, one that seems to pulse with, like, it seems to have blood instead of water, and then one that seems to have like acid or bile or something like that diverges the other way. And camped in between these two rivers, you can see what looks to be Moloch's army. And they seem to be bustling about with busy intent, doing something.
So,
what was your roll, Xant?
24.
24. You also see, probably having to rely on your scope for this part, in the distance, some ways off in front of Moloch's army, another army is gathering. And it seems to be that they are abuzz with preparations as well.
Of equal size, or like what are the two?
Much larger.
Oh.
Same colors, or like are they ours?
With your roll, you can see that these ones bear standards with the infernal. They have symbols on them, and I'm not quite sure necessarily what the symbols would be, but each of the symbols would incorporate a number in infernal script. One of them is 7, and one of them is 8.
Oh crap!
And these two groups have merged into a massive.
Oh force. Shoot, that's bad, guys.
It's not good.
And then you also see other less organized groups amongst those that seem to be cooperating with them. And those you can distinguish Well, you can't really make out the details of that. They don't have a standard or anything like that. But yeah, you see Moloch's army camped sort of at the base of this mountain,
Okay.
Cool.
seemingly preparing to meet this other army.
Should we go fly down there and say hi?
And
Have we all transformed back into ourselves yet, or are
We
we
can
still
if
all
you
go
want
back
to
and
take a
forth,
minute
right?
to.
Yes, we can go back and forth, but
Yeah, I mean, I
Like-
would want to go and transform
I guess
and
if
then
you
talk
went
about this.
transformed, then we probably all
That's
did.
why I wanted to be like arrow pointing down when we go down.
Oh yeah.
It does take a minute to retransform, but that's not too bad.
That's fine.
As you do make your way down there, though, and begin your transformation, you can still all hear sort of a faint howling behind you. It's
What?
much fainter. It's very faint
Okay.
now, but
I was
it seems
like,
to be
crap.
supernaturally echoing after you.
Oh god.
That's great.
Knew we should have blocked the
Hate it.
barrier.
No.
I think we would have found a way to us.
If I did speak with
Regardless.
animals, could I understand that howling?
Do you want to try?
Not yet. If it's just gonna keep happening, I'll wait until we're settled.
Okay.
My 3 biggest spell slots are gone, y'all.
I mean, but you used them
Yeah.
well, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, regardless, like if we're gonna get into a fight here,
Well, hang on. Let's try and review our notes here for what we can recall or what we have written down would be great. So Moloch his mission is to get revenge on. Is it Malagard as well?
yes.
Yeah, Mother Midnight / Malagard.
Okay. So we do want him to succeed in this battle because we both have this. We share this goal at this point. We still need to talk to Glossia though.
Yes.
You'll remember
Yeah.
when you told Moloch that you pissed off Asmodeus, he was very angry with you.
Mhm.
This may have something to do with why.
Yeah. Do we
I'm
all
not
need to
saying
go
I
through
regret
Glossia?
anything, but I am ready to admit that I may have made a tactical error.
You know, just like the timing, though. You know, timing is a thing that can be really important.
Well, how far away is Moloch's army? We can see him in the
With your
distance.
wind
But
walk, you can get to them, within a minute.
why don't we go there and talk with Moloch then?
Yes.
Well, how far away are they, though? Because I can also send a message to Mullet.
I don't know, maybe about like half a mile out and downward.
We could
you
just go.
Wind walk to them.
We should just
Easy.
go.
Okay.
Unless there's a reason why you think we should stay in a different vantage point.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't understand like the distance between Moloch's army and the enemy armies.
Oh, so Moloch's army
Like-
is closer to you. The enemy armies are amassing sort of on the horizon opposed to Moloch's army.
Okay.
There's some
I worry
distance
about
between them.
standing out and being seen.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go down there in your windwalk form, no one's going to see you because you're clouds.
Right, but if we transform back into ourselves and we're like among all these demons, a bunch of, prime material playing. Like,
Well, maybe
I mean,
they've got a
it-
tent or something we can go into.
Yeah, the other thing is like if we're inside the middle of an army, do you really think people can make out the little details?
yeah,
of...
that's why I was asking how far away.
I mean, Xant's very perceptive, and at this distance, he couldn't make out too many details other than like the standards. So
Okay, then yeah, let's like walk down there then.
Okay, so
and then you take a minute to retransform, and you find yourself standing outside the familiar army of Yugoloths that you know to be commanded by Moloch, and they don't seem to be taking too much notice of you. Like some of them will give you a look, but when you don't do anything hostile towards them, they just kind of bustle about their business. They're preparing weapons. Some of them seem to be poring over spell books. They are just generally preparing for battle.
while we're doing this interaction, now I will cast Healing Spirit and heal myself because I'm still hurting.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that. Maybe twice.
I'll ask one of you Glops where Moloch is.
General Moloch? Yes, he said to be expecting some such as you. Go down this way to the big tent. You can't miss it. The one right in the middle.
Alright, thank you.
I think he's in a war council at the moment.
Time for us to interrupt the War Council.
All right, so I'll lead the way then to the big tent.
Like the Ugla says, you can't miss it. It's sort of the biggest tent in the center of all of the bustle and chaos as these Ugoloths are getting ready to fight. And when you open up the flaps, the guards that are there seem to just let you in. They don't even like bat an eye at you because they seem to have been waiting for you. It's actually just Moloch in there. There's no war council or anything like that. But he's standing on a stool. His wings kind of around his shoulders. He's got his head in his hand, and he seems to be wearing a green army cap with kind of straps hanging down, and he's looking down at a map that has all of these pieces on it, and he's muttering to himself as you come in, and then he looks up at you and he says, "Ah, there you are, boss. Did you see the mess you got us into?"
I would like to say it wasn't my fault. First,
whoever its fault it was, we're pretty screwed. We're gonna have to really rely on your strength here. Our forces aren't going to be enough. There's just no way.
We have to take care of this now. Like they're not going to wait.
He kind of rolls his eyes at you and says, "What do you mean? You got more you need to do?"
Well, I mean, we talked to. We need to go see Glacia.
Oh yeah, that's right. I kind of put it out of my mind. Well, if you can do it quickly and get back, I think we can hold him off. And he looks down at his map again, and just there's so many more pieces on the other side than there are on his side. He says, "I've got to be honest with you, boss." He kind of motions to you, like come over here so I can whisper. Xantha, you've got observant, I think. So you can
can I read his lips?
Yeah, you can. But everyone else, he whispers this quietly enough that you can't really hear it.
I don't care what he has to say anyway.
He says, "Look, this is all really bringing back flashbacks. I don't know if I told you this, but the last time when I was reduced to this form, it was because I rebelled against Asmodeus, and I stood my ground here on Malbold, and I'm really having flashbacks. This feels exactly like it. And I've got half a mind to surrender and grovel at his feet, unless you can give me a good reason why we should stand our ground and fight."
Well, we just destroyed a Rakshasa, like really easily, and we got here in half the time. And oh yeah, we defeated that Demogorgon guy. You know.
Moloch kind of laughs and says, "Right, yeah, Demogorgon, on his own in the middle of hell. We're talking Asmodeus's armies in hell, his lair, his domain. This is really bad. Last time this happened, I listened to Malagard's counsel, and I stood my ground and was defiant. And look, this. I need a reason."
Well,
revenge isn't that appetizing. It's just not. And he seems genuinely very worried.
What are the numbers, like the ratio between his and their armies?
Maybe 10-1.
10-1?
Yeah.
All right.
well, we are going to go see Glacia, and she's already going to help us get out of one contract with Asmodeus, so maybe she can help us out with this too.
Make a persuasion check to sort of just calm Moloch a little bit.
I'm not helping.
Yep, I think this one's all harmony.
I don't need your help,
I don't
Thaddeus.
care.
I have a plus 11.
Watch her roll a 1.
I almost did. No, it's actually 26.
Okay. Your words kind of wash over Moloch, and he looks up at you, and you can see actually like concern and worry in his eyes and fear. He looks up at you and he says, "All right, boss. I mean, we got this far by trusting each other. Yes. So I'm going to keep trusting you for a little bit longer.
Don't worry about it.
You mentioned talking to Glacia. That's a decent idea. I've been coming up with ideas, things that could turn the tide. We can't take them all out, but we can strike key points. And I think maybe if we achieve a couple of key objectives, we can win, despite our fewer numbers. I may look like this, but I was a good tactician back in my day. So I think I've worked it out. I've got a couple ideas. Some more are coming to me, and I'm going to have a couple more war councils with some of the Ugoloths. If you can get some help, be that from Glacia or whoever it may be, that would be a very strategic move.
Thaddeus is looking at the board and asks Malak, I have a question. Why do we need to win? Where is Malagard, our objective?
Oh yeah, right in the middle. There's 3 forces against us right now. 3. As if, Mephistopheles wasn't enough. There's Beelzebub as well, and then there's Malagard and her abominations. And they're protecting her because they know that's where we want to go.
I see.
So if we want to achieve our revenge, it's through.
I understand.
But the other names that he spoke of, I guess I would just ask him, like, who are those? Are they like high-ranking lieutenants, or are they? Would I know? They're archdevils. Cool.
Yeah, we're gonna need some help.
And I think maybe that's the note we end on.
Okay.
As Moloch has conveyed to you the direness of the situation. And you guys can think about what you want to do. I'll tell you my idea for how this war situation can play out. And we can talk about it if it doesn't sound fun or whatever. But the way I think it will work is once you've accomplished your mission with Glossia, and your mission with Glossia can dovetail into this as well. Like I mentioned, there's several strategic points you can hit. So I'm coming up with a list of objectives, and each objective is going to have a series of like victory points associated with it. Reach enough victory points, you manage to fight your way through to Malagard.
Are we gonna get along?
I like that.
It'll be kind of like a series of episodic missions.
Yeah.
You're trying to do key things that will turn the tide.
I feel like I'm playing Valkyria Chronicles again.
Are we gonna have a chance to have a long rest before this starts?
Oh, do we also level?
It depends what you want to do, and you can talk about that in your group because you have several things going on. You've got the direness of this situation. You've got your contract to go see Glossia. You've got the howling that still seems to be on your heels. So you're going to have to make those choices, whether you get a long rest or not.
Yeah, we've got. There's our deal with Gregorian too.
Mm-hmm. But that's mostly a ticking clock. So.
Do we level too if we take a long rest?
Yes, you would.
Great. We would be level
That
20.
sounds like a very strong argument against all the other arguments.
Also, I need my 9th level spell slot back, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, do you though? You're pretty strong.
I used 7, 8, and 9 this episode.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I'm just kidding. I'm
gonna be useless if we don't rest. That's all I'm saying.
That's fine.
Yeah. Take a beat.
I think we should rest at Glossia.
Glaciers. That's what I was thinking
gonna
too.
say too.
Yeah, but I do think we should rest. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, that might not be a good idea, or that might not be a bad idea.
That
Freudian
might
slip
not
there.
be a good idea.
Freudian
I don't
slip.
know.
Oh,
We don't know.
no!
Who knows?
Oh, no.
That might not be a good idea, Nick.
We'll find out. We'll find out. I guess.
Wouldn't
You
be the
guys-
first bad idea I've had.
You guys talk
campaign.
amongst yourselves, decide what you want to
This
do.
arc.
I know. I
Pick this
killed
up.
my best friend. I know
We'll
all
pick
the
this
bad
up
ideas.
next week on Antiheroes Anonymous. So
Yep.
Yes.
thank you to anyone who came to watch. Thank you guys for playing. Welcome back to Hell. Hope it was hellish.
Welcome back to hell.
Hope you had fun.
Can we go to campaign
You got
2?
your revenge. That was pretty great.
Yeah.
And if any of you tuned in, we hope to see you again next time for more Antiheroes Anonymous. So thanks for watching.
for sure.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Right.